Hey y'all, I'm back, honey. I am back for us to talk about Love Island USA. And when I tell you that this episode was a pretty good episode, it was better than a few episodes that we've gotten so far. And it's only been a week, okay? So I am so here for us having this conversation. And y'all go ahead and make sure that you like up the video, you're commenting, subscribing, and also sharing the video. Do you hear what I say? Let us go ahead and get into it. The question is, did Ace waste his pig? Honey, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, when it comes to Nick and Sierra, Nick says that Bella thinks he gave her a hope. Okay, that's what Nick tells Sierra that Bella felt, and she over there like, well, I mean, did you do anything to give her hope? And he was like, nah, I don't really think so. And I'm like, girl, whenever you hear I don't really think so, then chances are he did 1000% give her more energy than what he was supposed to. Okay, now Sierra asked, did you tell her anything that you already told me? Or that you didn't tell me, like, what's with that? He was like, I mean, I didn't really tell her too much aside for the fact that I was interested in both of y'all. I just kept it 50-50 the entire time. That's all that it was. Yes, I feel like Nick is being honest in that part. Like, he did tell her, like, oh, yes, you know what I'm saying, 50-50. Y'all still up there neck and neck. I don't know who I'm going to choose. But I feel like you giving her the actions of kissing all on her and doing that extra stuff, taking her for more chats and things like that. Yeah, she started to think that your actions were showing that you're more into her than you are Sierra. And I hate it for him. Let me tell y'all, Sierra feels like they are all closed in my personal. Okay, she's all in on him, kissing and stuff. Like she really acting like Nick is her man, like that. And I'm like, okay, until another girl slide up in this villa. But we shall see. We shall see. Okay, now let's get to Jeremiah and Huda because she's still upset with the fact that Bella is gone and she's shocked. She's like, I can't believe it. I really can't believe that that's how me and are. And he like, what you mean? That's how me and are. Like, what you talking about? She's like, I'm saying they for them to just be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't know. He's like, but he kept it honest with her. Like, he told her what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, what you talking about? She's like, I'm just saying, though, I still didn't expect that. Like, nobody knew that he was going to send her home. So, it's like, I can't believe that's what it is. Jeremiah didn't really like what she had to say there. But, anywho, she asked him, how do you feel about us? Okay, enough about them. Let's find out how you feel about us. Like, what's really going on? And he says, I feel like I feel like the best man in the world. If you ask me, he says she looks good for the most part. You look good. He says, I like our connection. So I'm cool, right? He says, I just feel like at this place, I really want to lock in, and I really want to make you more into me. So I want us to, get a little stronger than what we really are. So she tells him that, you don't really have to try hard to get me to like you more than what you are. I'm like, clearly, girl, bitch, I love you on the first day. So Jeremiah says that he didn't want to cry when he was giving his speech because, he can't be an emotional dude at times. And she's like, oh my God, you'll cry over me? Little me. And he like, whoa, 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 chill out, I just met you, shout it, whatever. And I'm like, I'm sure that means something to her. Should he cry over her? That may make her believe that he's in love with her, like she's already in love with him. But girl, go ahead. So Ace and Amaya, let's chat about him. Okay. So he tells her that he wants to get to know her more, but he's still open to getting to know other people, right? Maybe Ace shouldn't have said that right out the gate, but he is being honest, okay? Maybe he should have told her that out the gate so that she could get a gauge on their dynamic, their relationship, their situation that they're in, right? Like don't put all your eggs in my basket because I'm still out here exploring, but we can still get to know each other and have fun and stuff. And it may end up being you that I'm with. And I kind of feel like he's not wrong for doing that. Maybe he just shouldn't have did it at that exact time, right after the recoupling. But I guess he wanted to go ahead and set the standard or set the boundaries or whatever the case is before they move on. But anywho, he tells her that he's an extremely slow burner. And when it comes to physical connection, he does not give PDA like that in so many words, okay? Unless he's really into you on that level. He don't really give all of that. Baby, the way I'm finna go in on Ace. So Amaya says good because, I don't do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to worry about that with me. Like, I don't be all up on that. Like, I don't need all that extra attention like that. So you cool on me. So she says the convo could have waited, though, until tomorrow, because it's really giving player vibes right now. And Amaya thought that she was number one. She thought that she was number one because he was her number one. So this delusional bubble that she created for herself, he just popped it. Yikes. Now she over there crying. Like, damn. I'm like, she crying already? Nah, I just don't feel like it was something for her to cry about. Right? To me, I'm not understanding the crying. It's really giving rejected twice in one day at the same time. Like her pick was more so Jeremiah. I think that's the person she would prefer to have been connected with. But the second best thing is going to be Ace in her eyes, right? At least that's what it is that I'm thinking. She picked this man, picked her. She's over there already in her feelings, if you ask me, because he picked her over Chelley. I think she was expecting him to pick Chelley and Austin to pick her. But for Ace, a guy that was her number one, to pick her, she was like, okay, cool. So he must be really, really feeling me too. And it's like, all right, cool. I'm digging this. Only for her to kind of get played. Okay. Only for her to she got played a little bit, but when she was sitting over there, she was already admiring Chelley. When Chelley was over there talking to Austin and put her hand on his knee and stuff, she ended up putting her hand on Ace's knee and stuff like that. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if she's jealous or she feels a way about Chelley. I don't know what that whole staring at Chelley when Chelley got chosen by Austin to go sit down was. I don't know what that is. And to think that you took this man from this girl, right? Because he picked you. What we see is that he ain't even into you like that. He's still over here exploring, trying to get to know somebody. Yikes. Anywho, child. So Ace says her crying doesn't put a cloud over him, but it does raise a red flag. A red flag. Okay. Um, I feel like it's not so much as the crying, but maybe just the reaction to everything. Like he just told her what it was because he's thinking he keeping it open. We in this island, everybody understands what it is, but for her to just automatically start crying and feeling away, like I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to deal with her emotions or something. But the irony to me was the fact that Amaya went to Huda for comfort. She went over there to Huda, grabbed her up from Jeremiah, like, "Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you?" So she's like, I don't want him to see me crying. I don't want to see." So they go off somewhere for them to have a chat, and she's crying. She's crying because she doesn't like that he picked her, but he talking about exploring other options. Okay, and she also feels like he's not a genuine person. She feels like he's being a player. Like, how much of this is real and this and that? And I'm like, girl, you acting like y'all really like y'all been clicked up for a minute. Like you just got in the villa like yesterday. You just got in the villa maybe a day or two. And you over here crying and pressed about that. Like, I don't know. I do feel like, I think it should have just been an understanding. Like, did you think you and Ace was gonna be linked up and selling to the sunset? Like, I don't know. But Ace says that he isn't cuddling with anyone until he is sure about that person. That's what Ace says, all right? And Jeremiah questions him. Jeremiah, like, you sure? Like, even if she wants to? He was like, yeah, nah, I ain't doing that. He said, and honestly, I'm cool with that because, when you tell a girl no, they like you more. Honestly, Ace ain't lying when he say that. Ace is not lying when you say that. And when a man tells you no and you like him more because you still trying to prove something, you feel like you winning something or whatever the case is, you continuing to lose in my personal. And I say that because they're only testing you, seeing how far they can get with you. Okay? And they already know the more they tell you no or turn you down, the more you're going to do. And I just feel like no. Mm-mm. As soon as they tell you what it is, fall right on back and let them stand in what it is that they talk about. To me, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, so I felt like in that moment it confirmed for me why he did not pick Chelley. It confirmed to me why he did not pick Chelley. I feel like him knowing that Chelley was down to the wire to a place where she could potentially be sent home, it's like I'm going to put her chances of being on the island in jeopardy so much so that I know she want to be with me and she's going to be the one that's going to approach me and let me know that she want to be with me. And I don't know what the hell Ace got going on, but he definitely, to me, that was his no to Chelley. Not choosing Chelley was his no to Chelley in the effort of thinking that she's going to like him more. And I find it so funny that Ace is the person that's going around trying to give everybody all this advice and how they're going to lose their girl and this and that. And you're not even recognizing that you may potentially be losing Chelley. What a dummy. You kind of act like Huda just a little bit where you guys can give good advice, but you don't seem to be able to take your own. Okay. But let's keep going. So Huda, she, as I said, she can give advice, but she can never take it because as she's over there talking to Miss Amaya, she lets her know that her feelings are valid and Ace has to earn that side of her. Men really think they're the catch when we are. And it's like, are you sure? Are you sure, Huda? Because Huda, you have a different level of delusion. Okay, I thought that Amaya was delusional. you are very, very delusional, my love. You are. The men are, the women are the catch, and not the men. Well, you show acting like Jeremiah is the catch for sure. I don't like that she could give advice they can't take it. And that's a lot of us out here in this world. But girl, open the page out your own book and follow it. So the girls talk, and Olandria says men don't know what they want, and they like to make these damn decisions at the last minute. Let me tell y'all, I really like me some Olandria. I absolutely love it. Do you hear me? I love her. I love how she just be so honest. She is like unfiltered. And she just say what the hell is on her mind. She don't sugarcoat it, and it's just what it is, okay? And I'm liking Olandria until I don't, okay? Olandria says, Nick, he was just sitting up here in Soul Ties, and he was over here kissing on Belle and all this and that. I mean, they was kissing each other down. Girl, I hollered when she did that. I'm like, Olandria, stop playing. Like, you knew who you was talking to in that room. You wanted to slick expose Nick, but I do understand her thinking that old girl already knew. She's like, oh, I thought you knew. I can understand her thinking that because she don't know all the conversations that Nick and Sierra have. So maybe she did know about the kiss, right? But Sierra was like, wait a minute, like, what the hell? You say you want to run that? What the hell? What the heliante? Okay, what the hell on? What the what? So my man was in Soul Ties kissing this bitch. And you're like, yeah, earlier that day. Oh, wait, BIT, because girl, 5 minutes later, I was down in the photo booth kissing his ass too. Yeah. Yeah, you were, girl. You were. You were. So I guess that's what they mean when they're like, oh, let's keep it respectful. Is get to know that person, but don't be hugging up, kissing up, touching up all on that person while you coupled up with me. Child. That's what she said though. So she was upset. And I feel like she kind of had a right to be, not kind of, she did have a right to be upset to me. And y'all let me know because he is in a coupling with her and he did not tell her. I understand you trying to weigh your options and figure stuff out, but you did not tell. You kissed her outside of a challenge. You did not tell me that that was something that you did. And when I asked you about it, and if you gave her anything extra, any extra energy or something for her to think that you are going to pick her, and you tell me no, and then I find out that you did, that's messed up, buddy. So there it is. Okay. That is messed up. But, she wants to have that conversation. And Olandria is trying to, encourage her not to, change her behavior. Just continue to do you. And Shelley's like, listen, I just think that you should hold what you got. And y'all should definitely have a conversation about it tomorrow. So that's what they're going to do. Now, Ace and Taylor are talking, and Taylor saying that, it sounds like Taylor was saying he wasn't physically attracted to Olandria. Like, that is what I was hearing. And Ace tells him that, she's cooking your dumb ass food. Like, she's cooking for your dumb ass. I said, come on, Ace. Come on, Ace. She cooking for your dumb. I ain't even got that yet. Yeah, I'm with Ace on that, but at the same time, Ace, you getting on my nerves, okay? So Ace hasn't even he said he hasn't gotten that. And then he tells him you need to recognize that, yo, you might lose her. And she ain't finna sit up here and wait around, forever. So listen, if she connect with somebody else, good luck. Okay. And you could tell Taylor really took in what he had to say. He appreciated that. But at the same time, when I hear Taylor try to paint it out, to me, how I took it, y'all tell me how you felt. But I really felt like he was trying to say he was not attracted to our girl, Olandria. And I'm like, bro, what? She ain't really attracted to you, Hockey. That's what I think. She say she is, but not really. Cause let a big, fine, muscular, some man walk up in there, she gonna jump on him. But anywho, all in all, I'm they'll have the right conversations that they need to have, with each other. But it makes me question how genuine he is moving forward if you feel like you're not physically attracted to her. Right. And it seemed like Ace was trying to tell him to see her beyond her physical looks or whatever. Like she's doing other things that make you happy. Like I ain't seen no woman in here cooking for no other man, and she the first one to sit up here and be cooking for you. She's literally showing you that she's interested in you, bruh. You should be taking the time out to like really get to know her, which is just so interesting, y'all, coming from Ace. It's so interesting coming from you because it's like you ain't even give what Maya an opportunity to really show you that she likes you. You wanted to shut that down real quick. Like these are the things I'm not gonna do. Okay, we not finna hug, we not finna kiss, we not finna touch, we not finna do that, we not finna do this, we not finna okay, don't call me babe, don't do that. I was like, wow. Okay, so what's she supposed to do? Okay, but anywho, that's what he got going on. But let's get to Taylor and Olandria, right? So she talks about, I'm not really trying to compare us to other people, but I do look at how far they've gone, in their situations, that I just feel like we haven't really gotten to that place yet. So she's now at a place where she is also questioning the connection. He was questioning it because he felt like it wasn't a physical thing there. And you know what? Now that I think about that, when I say physical attraction, I'm thinking he's looking at her looks and thinking that she's not attractive to him in that way. But now, as I'm talking, I feel like he might be a slow burn on wanting to make her feel comfortable before just kissing up on her. Because remember, Taylor said when they were blindfolded, he was like, I'm not going to just get up and go be kissing on people and they don't know who I am. So it seems to me, now that I'm talking about this with you guys, I feel like Taylor may be a person that really do respect boundaries. And she got to let me know that that's something that she wants. And if she kisses me first, then I know that it's okay to kiss her back. And that may be how he operates. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing or a bad way to operate. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got somebody on the show like Belle-A that just wants to be kissed on the cheek and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I think he wants to respect the lady's boundaries. That's what I'm starting to get from Taylor as I reflect. But now, Olandria lets him know like that's what she wants. Like, okay, like we haven't had a physical touch. We haven't really kissed outside of the challenge. Like, you ain't, grab my butt or smack my butt or do this or that. And I just think, yeah, he just may be respecting those parameters. And and they do have a conversation at a later time. And I appreciate that conversation that they had. I think that Taylor is going to be improving. So shout out to Taylor for that, for the slow burn is, for listening to what Olandria said, wanting to switch things up. And I think that he's going to warm up to her much more after she expressed herself. And I think that's what he needed to hear. Okay, mother may I. Okay, that's what it was giving. Like, okay, you say it's okay, so I can touch you. I can do this today. I can, you know. So, okay, we'll get to that. Okay, let's talk about Chelley and Sierra because, of course, they talk. And Sierra's starting to question the trust that she got with Nick. Okay, she's like, I don't know. After learning that he didn't kiss this girl behind my back, like, it's not making me feel good. And I'm starting to question stuff. And Chelley says, listen, I'm not trying to support him and I'm not trying to advocate for him. I'm not trying to do any of that. I just want to be honest about the reality of the situation. And, he is in an interesting situation on this island. Complicated things are going to come up, and he may have handled it the best way that he knew how. Um, and Sierra is kind of like, yeah, you're right. I get that. But at the same time, I can understand her feeling a way about him kissing her in the behind the scenes. But more importantly, I don't even think it's really the kiss. I just think it's the fact that when she asked him, he wasn't being honest about it. I think that was the biggest thing. I think she would have got, if she would have knew that they kissed, she probably would have got over that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Ace asked Olandria if she thinks Huda and Jeremiah are real because they over there playing with each other and all this and that. Olandria's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it looked like it's real to me. He said, nah, that's dead. Something's off. So it's so funny to me to see that Olandria was in support of them at the top of the episode, but then by the end of the episode, she was like, yeah, something off. That's interesting. I don't know if she let Ace get in her head or if she started to reflect after Ace said what he said and was like, you know what? Yeah, this, that, and the other. So I don't know. Oh, she could have been playing dumb just to see what Ace was thinking and what he knew. But all in all, Ace feels like it's something off, and I really think that she more into him than he is into her. And Ace really clocked it. Ace really clocked it. I truly believe that, y'all. I really think that Huda is more into Jeremiah than he is into her. I mean, and I need y'all to hurry up and send in the bombshells that y'all need to. First of all, y'all need to send some fine. First of all, let's get into it. Instead of asking us who our favorite couple is, ask us which bombshells we want to send into the villa. How about that? Okay. Ask us which is, give us a set of maybe 4 people. Okay. Maybe 2 girls, 2 guys, or 2 sets of guys, and ask us which bombshells do we want to enter the villa. That's what y'all need to do. That's what y'all need to do. Let us know who ends up being picked from that point, because that way sometimes us fans can control things as far as when it comes to Chelley. I want Chelley to get a real fine, sexy thing up in there that's interested in her. I don't know if he'll be interested in her. He may look like her type, although she may not actually be his type. But let us choose some of the bombshells that goes in instead of just choosing the couples that we like or don't like or whatever the case is. Okay, let us know. But anywho, Jeremiah and Huda, somebody gets a text. They let them know they're going on a date. So I was wondering if they were going to go on a date and they were going to end up meeting two different bombshells on that date, thinking they're going out with each other. That would have been real spicy. Hello. However, they ended up taking a date to the water park, and it was really nice and fun and cute, and they had a blast, great time. It was amazing. All of that. Shout out to them. Good job. It made them feel like they could really see themselves dating each other outside of the villa, which is very possible, for them to date outside of the villa. They did have like some conversations about life outside the villa and what that looks like for them, and we'll tap into that in just a second. But because I think I do have notes on that. um so let's get back to Nick, because Nick is surprised that Ace chose Amaya. Okay. Period. Everybody in the villa is surprised that he chose Amaya. He says that he was happy that he chose her, but she started calling him a player and all because he doesn't do the cuddling and the touchy feelings type things. And Ace is wondering whether he wasted a pick. And I'm like, laugh my ass off, baby. That's what you get. How about that? That's what you get. Okay, you over here trying to play games and stupid games at that, and you don't want a dumbass prize. This is exactly what you get. And for you, in my opinion, to sit up there and try to say, I was glad I chose it, but she started to call me a player and this, that, and the other. It's like one, that's what you get, and two, you brought all of this on yourself. You brought this on yourself, okay? So don't be trying to make it seem like it's anybody else's fault but Ace's. All right. So Bella, I mean not Bella, but Huda speaks on her daughter. Okay. She speaks on her daughter's dad and says that her daughter is with him on the weekends and that they have a very easy co-parenting style. And I was like, now see, Bella spoke on that baby daddy. Bella didn't say nothing negative about that baby daddy. Okay. She said they have an easy co-parenting style. She acknowledged that he's involved in her child's life. Bella never said that she was like, I don't recall her saying that she was a single mom, as if the dad was like completely absent. But I do recall her saying that she was a mom. But for some reason, I don't know what he heard. Maybe he heard something I didn't hear. Maybe people were over there in his inbox. Maybe he's a hater. Maybe he's just jealous. Maybe, I don't know. Obviously, they may have a cool co-parenting situation, but it don't seem like they truly get along for real, for real. If you have to take the child to your mom's house for him to pick the baby up from, and then you turn around and pick the baby up from your mama house on Sundays. You see what I'm saying? So it does make me question a little bit. Maybe they have not so great history from the past to where they have a go in between, right? So that's what's going on. But I just wanted to highlight the fact that Huda's baby daddy has gotten on social media to try and, I guess, drag her and more so defend himself and show how he's been involved in his child's life and different things like that. And now he finna have a little piece of egg on his face at this moment because she acknowledged the fact that her dad is active in her life, and she also acknowledged the fact that they have an easy co-parenting style. And sir, the whole shit you just pulled online about Huda just might ruin that a bit. Okay? We shall see, honey. That's crazy. Let's keep going. All right. Huda allows Jeremiah to talk to somebody. Of course, they're talking about her having a child. And he's like, yo, I really want to get a guy's perspective from this because I've never ever dated a woman that had children in my life. I don't really know. And she's like, okay, I understand that you want to have somebody to talk to about this. And I really want to give you the opportunity to have that conversation with whoever you want. And I'll have a conversation with Nick and let him know so that you can just talk about it. And I'm like, wait, so you just told this man that he can talk to whoever he wants about the situation, but then you choose to tell the information only to Nick? First of all, you're getting on my fucking nerves about this, Huda. Just let everybody in the villa know that you are a fucking mom, bro. You are a mama. Like, why is that so hard? You say that you're proud to be a mom or whatever. Like, that's how I'm stepping into the room, or how I used to step into the room. Like, yeah, I'm a mother. Yep, like I am. And what else is going on? And if you're not attracted, then it's okay. Cause I mean, let me know ahead of time. Cause I'm not gonna have nobody around my kid anyway. And for the people that know or don't know, with my oldest son, like, no, y'all wasn't meeting him. Like, that's just what it was. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Okay. Now I don't believe in having different people around your kids like that. But anywho, all in all, Girl, just tell these people you have a child. It's not like they're about to meet your kid right now. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, that's a part of who you are. Why are you hiding this so much from people that you're not even fucking interested in? Let the people know. And then the gag for me is you telling this SHI, knowing the cameras are watching you, as if the guys that's coming into the villa aren't gonna know about it. Like, are you okay up here, ma'am? Let everybody in the fucking villa know that you're a mother. And they probably already know. It's probably been whisperings that's been happening. If we got the live feeds, we probably would know that Ace is already aware that her ass is a mama. Okay. But anywho, child, she's getting on my nerves a bit. So Olandria, Chelley, and Sierra. Chelley is so happy for Huda and Jeremiah, right? She's so happy for them that they get to spend this time together. She says, however, there are some red flags when it comes to him. She says that he isn't open to getting to know anyone, and she thinks that he's doing that in an effort to try to get Huda to not be open to other people. And I said, I never really thought about it like that. I just thought they both were like locked in on each other. And I just felt like Jeremiah was one that, wanted to just be with her and make it to the end and get this money or whatever the case is. But I didn't think about it from the standpoint of him being the person that says he's not interested in an effort to influence her decisions for her to not be interested. But that's interesting. Okay. That's what she said. Now you see the red flags, but when you were talking to Ace, it seems like, oh yeah, I believe the connection is real. I believe they're good. They're this and that. But okay, that's what Ace was talking about. If you feel like that's a red flag, that's one of the things he's talking about. So Austin tells Charlie about his makeout session with Amaya, but he don't want Charlie to tell nobody. And Charlie's not going to tell anyone. But I feel like it's going to come out. Actually, I feel like Amaya about already told the girls when they sat down. Maybe she didn't tell them they made out. But I know she told them that they had to sit down. They were linked up. They were laughing and stuff. But I guess she didn't tell the girls that she kissed them. But okay. So Ace and Amaya are talking, and what I found to be interesting was him saying that he's not a hugger, toucher, filler, or whatever. And she walked over and like, hey, and they did this high five thing, and they hugged, and then they went to go sit down. And I'm like, so do you hug or not hug people that you with? Like, what's going on? Now I feel like Ace is just all bullshit, like Amaya was talking. Okay, and we kind of already knew that, but I feel like that confirmed it for me, knowing that he hugged her. Then they went to go sit down. I'm like, Ace, you're so full of shit, and you just really doing this for TV. Okay. So she apologizes for being so emotional with him and understands that he was being honest. And Ace says, it takes a minute to warm up or for me to warm up. And he says, even her calling him babe is a lot for him too. Because she had just said, what's up, babe? Like, that's just how she talks. And she like, damn, I can't even call you babe. Like, what? Like, you making it seem like I'm being too pushy or something. Like, what's that about it? He tells her she's very quick to respond. Okay. Not so much as respond, but I think he's trying to say she's very quick to react and react emotionally, right? Instead of just taking stuff in and just really listen to and hearing what it is a person is saying, right? Just because a person's not telling you what you want to hear in that moment doesn't mean that they mean the worst for you or they're not interested in you or whatever the case is, right? So I feel like that's what he's saying. But Ace, I have to tap on your neck just a little bit, your neck and your shoulders, okay? Because I'm a little confused as to why you would sit up there and say that first of all, you're a liar. That's what we know. Don't sit up there and say that you're not you don't want hugs and touchy, feely, kissy, this, that, and the other if you're not really into her or whatever. So basically, why did you choose the damn girl? Because when it came to Chelley, you going to tell her to smell your damn arm just for you to give her a kiss on the forehead. But I guess that means that you into Chelley. But then that still makes you look stupid because you didn't pick Chelley in the end. All because you're trying to teach Chelley some type of lesson to get her to come up on you. And the way that Nick was over there going off talking to Charlie, baby, Nick, not Nick, but Austin. Austin definitely knows more about his girl than you. Okay, that was just too funny. But we'll get to that. All right. And I also feel a way because I'm like, you are part of a show where people just be kissing. You kiss people that you're not even coupled up with. But you got an issue kissing this girl that you're in a challenge with and that you're in a connection with. But maybe it's because those are challenges, those are different. Whereas when y'all are on one-on-ones, she can mistake, I guess, those actions for him actually being more into her than what he really is. So, I mean, I guess it's best as I'm talking about it, I feel like maybe it's okay for him to pretty much set the standard in a sense. Like, like set the expectations of what this is versus making you think that he's more into you than what he really is. So I don't know, y'all. Y'all leave me, like, as much as I want to say, like, Ace, yada yada yada, you wrong for that, whatever. At the same time, I'm like, at least he ain't giving her no false expectations either. So y'all let me know your thoughts about that. Now Maya says that she doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and she says she is to try to chase him so he can go and explore his other connections. I said, I know that's motherfucking right, girl. Go and explore your other connections. And Ace just sat there unbothered and unmoved. And that boy said, gotcha. I said, oh, you know how to piss women off, don't you? You really know how to get under their motherfucking skin, don't you? So let's get to Nick and Ace, because Ace gives Nick the rundown on him and Amaya and stuff. And Nick tells him, yo, bro, you need to go have a conversation with Chelley. That's who you need to go talk to. Okay, because if one of your options is out, you need to go get to the main one, the one you should have picked from the beginning. So Chelley and Amaya are talking, and she tells Chelley about Ace or whatever the case is, but I felt like she didn't go too far in detail about him. I think she just said that they just still trying to figure stuff out or whatever. That's because Amaya don't really want to tell Chelley that it's not working out like that for real with her and Ace, because she took him from her. She don't really want to tell her too much or nothing to make her go and end up talking to Ace and sliding back into the position that she already is in. She's still number one. Just because he picked you, and that's what hurt her feelings for real, is the fact that once he picked her, she thought that she was number one. Come to find out, he basically told her, I'm still rocking with Chelley. I just want to give you the opportunity to stay on the island a little longer so you can meet whoever it is that you need to meet. Like, that's, now that I'm talking about it with you guys, that's what I'm hearing. Like, me and you could get to know each other, and if we hit it off, we just hit it off. But right now, you ain't even my number one, baby. That is what Ace is technically telling Amaya. His number one is Chelley. It's just that Chelley's not running up behind him like he wants her to. Okay, so Ace and Chelley do talk, and Austin is over it. He is over. He's like, man, I'm over this shit, man. I'm over him. He keep coming for my girl, man. I'm over it. So Austin's pissed. He's like, man, if you really like her, you really want her, dog. Why you ain't just pick her? Why you ain't pick your girl? I was like, ooh, Austin, y'all got Austin fired the fuck up over Chelley, baby. Okay, now Austin, I will say, I think the hair is growing on Austin. The beard is growing in a bit more on Austin. Austin doesn't look as bad, but I'm like, Austin, you might need you a little piece of a beard, honey. You might need you a piece of a beard, and it might work out for you. Okay. You being as interested as you seem to be in Chelley, I'm like, you ain't that bad. You may not be that bad. You might not be that bad. Just some views that you may have that we might need to work on, because those views can be changed. Okay, just some views you might need to work on, but you might not be that bad the way you ride for my Chelley girl. Just a little piece. Okay, now you not, y'all probably not gonna win. Probably not gonna win the show together for sure. Okay, however, you might not be that bad. So Austin, like I said, he's pissed off. He says, quit acting like you want her to chase you. She's not that type of girl. I said, come on. I said, even Austin knows Chelley is not that type of bitch to run you down and chase after you like that. Like, what? Okay, because honestly, it seems like in order for them to have a conversation, Ace had to go pull Chelley for a talk, because Chelley was sitting at the kitchen counter. Ace over there talking to her. Then I saw her sliding off the stool. So clearly, he the one that wanted to go have a conversation. She was like, "Oh, I thought it was gonna be a minute or something like that for them to have a conversation." And I'm with her. Okay, because you ain't got, we can't talk about a motherfucking thing. And clearly, she must have gave him what, about 24 hours, because after the recoupling the next day, they really didn't talk. And then it was like the day after that, when they woke up later on that day, then he wants to have a conversation. I said, I know that's right, because I'm like, I wouldn't have shit to say to that man for 24 to 48 hours after you sat up there and played in my face. Like, don't talk to me. Let me cool the fuck down, because I'm going to fire your ass up, okay? However, that's that. So Chelley feels like, Ace is still a mystery, and Ace says, so you want me to give you the list for you to check off the boxes and all of that? You want me to tell you, what I like and this, that, and the other? Like, not for her to check off boxes, but for her to know more about you, sir. Are you dumb? Like, what's going on? And Chelley, baby, I loved her response to him. Chelley said, she says, I'm not trying to be the perfect girl for Ace. Okay, that's not something that I strive to be. I'm trying to be the perfect Chelley. Okay, and if we work out, cool. If we don't, we don't. I said, I know that's motherfucking right, girl. Like, he over there molding somebody to be who he wants them to be. No, no. Baby, the way Chelley handled that, I'm like, yeah, you can't take Chelley, baby. Chelley gonna stand for herself and her boundaries and her worth, and I'm so here for it. She not for the crash out, Mister. I'm a crash out about Chelley. Goodbye. Baby, the only man crashing out about Chelley right now is Austin, because it damn sure ain't you. All right. So Huda and Jeremiah returned, and Huda wasn't telling the full story, y'all. So of course he gave a rundown. She gave a rundown, right? He says he believe he could see himself with her outside the villa. She gonna sit up there and tell the man, I'm sorry, tell the ladies that Jeremiah was over there talking about how he knows he wants to move in with her. That's not what that man said. That man basically told your ass to take it slow. He says they should, date long distance first to see if that even works. Then, once your lease is, no, then move to LA, live in the same city. Then, once that's up, once your lease is up, then maybe move in together. Okay, and go from there. Baby steps. And I'm saying, you know what? I can't even be mad at Jeremiah for that. Yeah, date long distance. See how it's going to work. Then, yeah, live in the same city together. See how that's going to work. Ain't nobody saying you got to get a year lease. Maybe you can get a 6-month lease or something. Live in the same city, learn, know your way around, whatever the case is. And then, if y'all decide to move in together, move in together. I feel like it need to be phases and steps before you bring this unknown man that you met on this TV show around your child. In my personal. Okay, if the daughter's dad is gonna even be okay with some shit like that. So I guess, but the fact that she sat up there and told those girls that that man said one thing when he actually said something completely different, Huda is a fucking delusional. I do not care who her fans are or what they are. Okay, I know what y'all are. Hello, but I will say I do not give a Huda is delusional. Very much so. It's a bit scary. Okay. I don't know about Huda, honey. So Chelley and Olandria talk, and Chelley thinks that Ace is trying to check her temperature after him picking who he picks. And I said, Chelley, you better read the room, love. You better read the motherfucking room. Because let me tell you, that is exactly what that man is doing. That is exactly what that man is doing. She says, girl, this motherfucker think he Dora the Explorer or something. I said, girl, come on, doing all this damn exploring. Baby, the conversation between those two black girls, Chelley and Olandria, I loved it so much. Okay? I loved it so much because they were so relaxed. It was like, this motherfucker think he Dora this. Baby, I love that. So girl, if that ain't how me and my girls with Kiki. I loved that moment. Come on now. So Jeremiah and her to chat, and they're sitting down at the table, right? And she gonna ask this man if they closed off. Not the man that you said knows for a fact he want to move in with you. Okay, girl. Asked this man if they closed off, and he was like, no. She said, so are you waiting for somebody else to come into the villa? He was like, nah, like I highly doubt. I don't even think he said no. He said, what? What is all of this? He said, I highly doubt another girl can come in here and just get my attention off of you. Another girl will absolutely come in there and get the attention off. And Jeremiah is 1000% going to be bringing a woman back from Casa Amor. I truly believe it, especially if she fit his stilo, giving him that energy. He is. And he's going to say that he's testing their relationship. Now, granted, he may still choose Amaya in the end. He may still choose her in the end, but he is for sure going to be bringing another woman over from Casa Amor. Now, let's get to Olandria and Taylor, because this is where they kind of take a turn to something different. So he asked her, where she is, but keep in mind, Taylor is interested in Olandria, and I just thought about this. Taylor is the one that is constantly pulling her for chats. I think Taylor pulls her for chats more than she's pulled him for chats. So he truly enjoys her company. Okay. I think he just does not want to cross her boundaries. And that's what it is. So she says that she really likes him, but she don't really feel confident in the situation they got. And he apologizes. And I love that he did that. He said, I'm sorry. He says, I'm sorry for making you feel that way. He says, and I didn't mean to make you feel any less than what you are. I said, okay, Tyler, I can appreciate the apology. He says, I'm gonna work on doing better. You know what I'm saying? To let you know that I am interested or whatever the case. And I'm still Team Olandria. I was like, Taylor, not you warming up on me just a little piece or rubbing off or whatever. Not me starting to like you just a little piece. Okay. Not Olandria and Taylor being the ones to lead the pack for me right now, bitch. Okay, because if it came down to who I'm voting for them. Best couple is going to them. It ain't going to nobody else. Okay, it's going to them. Second place will definitely be Chelley because she ain't coupled up with nobody for real, for real. But I want her to. I want to still see what she gonna get. Okay, they my top. They my top ones, girl. Don't let imitation Serena and Cordell win the show, child. Ooh. Now we got some mini Cordell and Serena's winning for the second season. That's crazy, baby. I like it. I don't know what to say. I like it so much. So when they get up, they walk off. He asks her for a kiss. She gives him a kiss, and they hold hands or whatever. They walk off. She's like, okay. She's like, we getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. And I was like, she's gonna grab her hand, and at some point he does, and they walk down and stuff. And I was like, okay, I could get with it. I could get with this. Yes. And she looked so cute. So they went down to the photo booth and they was over there taking pictures. So I was like, oh my God, y'all are cute. Y'all are cute. Like, whatever. Like, we like it. We like it. So, anywho, Nick and Sierra. So she asked him about his kiss with Bella. and Soul Ties. She's like, so are you going to tell me about your kiss with Bella and Soul Ties? I loved it. Yes, girl, he ain't know what to do. It was kind of giving how you knew about that. And it's like, you know how she knew about that. And he probably was like, well, Bella probably told her when she was getting ready to leave because she was mad or whatever. But anywho, he says that he was going to tell her. I said, Nick, you're such a fucking liar. You're such a liar. You said you were going to tell her. And then he going to turn around and say, it was a lot going on. And I was really more focused on my decision and the decision that I was going to make. So that wasn't on the list. Like, you weren't going to tell her. You had the opportunity to tell her. And guess what? You had the opportunity to tell her after you had already made your damn decision and you chose not to tell her with your lying ass, okay? Anywho, I feel like now, Nick, you done pissed me off. So now I feel like Sierra deserves better than you. Period. But anywho, she says that, as long as he knows that pretty much he shouldn't do it again, then she good. Because the next time he does it, like, she not going to be so forgiving. So we shall see. Now let's get back to Ace and Amaya because it seems like whenever they have a conversation, he's nitpicking at her. If you have a man that if y'all have had more than one conversation and he's like nitpicking, but like not so much as nitpicking, like, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that. But if he's like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I'm not this type of person. If he's giving you too many things that you truly do not desire in a mate, let that motherfucker go. And I really don't give a damn how fine he is. Or how cute he is. And like that motherfucker gonna be hell on wheels. He's going to be toxic. By the time you're in the middle of your relationship, 6 months in or whatever, you probably gonna be a completely different person because you have literally changed every good thing about yourself that somebody else would enjoy and love to mold yourself into the type of bitch that he would want. And Ace wouldn't have got no more conversations. You can't get no conversations out the queen, okay? You won't be getting no more conversations out this queen. Only way we talking is because production is forcing me to have a conversation with your ass. But I really do not give a fuck about you. Okay? And you need to tread lightly for real with the rest of the ladies in the villa, considering the fact that the next time we pick who we want to be with, it's going to be on us to make the decision, not you fuckers. Understand? Okay? Girl, Know your worth. Know your worth, Amaya. Know your worth, girl. So he says that he likes her, but she didn't understand his boundary. Okay, I understand your boundary. I've been told you, with your boundary, go find another hoe. So why is we over here talking? Why are we over here talking, baby? Every time I sit down and talk to you, you complain about something. Oh, you're not my number one. I'm still getting to know people. Oh, what you call your mate, babe. Like, I notice you do that a lot. That's not something that I really like. I'm not a touchy-feely person. Da, 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 da. Oh, now we over here talking and you saying that I ain't understand your boundary. Like, what's going on? So, as much as I want to feel like at least Ace is keeping it real with her, I do feel like there's just another motive that I'm not rocking with. Because, and it's only like that because every time they're talking some shit. Every time they talk is some shit. And that would just get frustrating, especially if you having multiple same conversations within 24 hours. Like, bro, get out my face, dog. So she says she felt offended, and every time they talk, it's about his boundaries versus him getting to know her, in my opinion. Amaya is getting too emotional, and Ace wants her to just talk. Now, that part I did not like. When he was like, well, tell me what you thinking, tell me how you feeling. She was like, nah, because I'm finna get pissed off, but I'm da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, that would be a red flag for a person if you don't know how to communicate. If I tell you some things that I don't like, then talk to me, tell me. And I wish she would have said, when you say things like that, this is how it makes me feel. Because I had an ex where yada, 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 and I had to change myself and this, that, and the other. And I don't like that. If I'm going to be in a coupling with you, what I would like is to be able to express myself how I normally do. Da, 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 da. And I understand you have your boundaries, and part of my boundaries is staying true to myself. And if we do not rock, I'm totally okay with that. I just wish she would have had more control to me of her emotions than just assuming or think or. But then that's also how she felt, right? But I wish she had more control of her emotions than to just feel like he doesn't want to deal with her, talk to her completely, right? And if that is the case, that's fine. But if you're feeling away, I feel like she does need to work on just communicating that versus getting emotional. You're about to piss me off and I'm about to walk off and I'm about to be, and it just kind of gives to me that it's something about Amaya where I do feel like because she's beautiful, she may have always thought that she could get her way because she's a cute girl, pretty light eyes, this, that, and the other. But her looks don't really make up for a lot of stuff. So she's often finding herself in a situation where she's not good enough for guys. And that's why she responded to him like that, like, oh, you're about to piss me off. I'm about to, because it's putting her back in that space of being rejected like she's been rejected before because she may have thought that her beauty was all that she needed. And the guys are like, nah, it may be a little bit more to you that I want or whatever the case is. So I just feel like, and I could be wrong when I say that, but I still feel like it all equates to rejection that she's dealt with in her past, and it's showing up again with Ace, and she's not really feeling that, liking that, but I feel like she should it's just more things she needs to learn about herself so that she'll be able to properly communicate her stuff to him. But anywho, Amaya tells him that she is that he's confusing pretty much. She tells him that he's so confusing, and he's like, I want them to be cool. I want y'all to be cool or whatever the case is, or I want us to be cool or whatever the case is. And the show pretty much goes off from that point. So we'll have to see what's really gonna happen with Ace and Amaya. I don't see much happening. I see him running back to Chelley and him actually like putting in effort for Chelley because he really wants Chelley to pursue him, and Chelley like, I don't pursue niggas, they pursue me, period. And I'm with Chelley on that. But Amaya finna get mad at Chelley, feeling like Chelley's not telling her something. Don't get mad at her, get mad at the man that's a slow burn on you. Get mad at her. I want to see how everything's gonna play out, and if Chelley really is keeping some information from her. I don't think that Chelley is. I think Amaya just got her own shit with her, and she just gonna have to figure that part out. In my personal, but we'll see. We'll see on what's today, Tuesday. I think we get another episode tonight. I don't know if we get one on Wednesday because I thought we weren't getting an episode on Monday. That's what I thought, but we still got an episode. And child, I was over here watching the BET Awards, so I wish we did not get that episode, but we ended up getting the episode on tonight. So maybe they're going to go back to Wednesday of not giving us an episode. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. This video ended up being way longer than what I actually wanted it to be. So please make sure that it's successful by liking the video as soon as you come in. Or at this point, it's about to go off. So make sure you're liking the video before you leave the video. Make sure you're sharing the video and also hopping down in the comments for me. All right. I'm Jami. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M.